So we end up in these situations where we're spending on the bills, we get paid on Friday, we spend on the bills, then we have a little fun, and then Monday comes along and we're broke and we're like, well, next paycheck I'll get around to saving, and then next paycheck comes, the cycle repeats, and we never get around to saving. That's what poor people do. Hey, and welcome back, community, to the final episode in my special series this week, Money Anxiety, Breaking the Bad Habits That Keep Us Broke. We've covered 4, and this week we're going to hit the 5th one, and today is probably one of the more foundational and important, yet so overlooked, of all of the bad habits that we engage in. And that is spending first versus saving first. Saving is so underrated. As a matter of fact, 60% of Americans can't even meet a $400 emergency. That means going into debt, that means getting lights turned off, that means going without your car, that means all kinds of things. When you spend first and then say, well, whatever I have left over goes into savings, guess what happens? What doesn't get prioritized never happens. So we end up in these situations where we're spending on the bills, we get paid on Friday, we spend on the bills, then we have a little fun, and then Monday comes along and we're broke and we're like, well, next paycheck I'll get around to saving, and then next paycheck comes, the cycle repeats, and we never get around to saving. That's what poor people do. That keeps you broke. Very bad habit that keeps you perpetually broke because you're never strengthening your foundation. And I referred earlier to having the proper foundation before you can even begin to spend on the things that make life more enjoyable. Now, let's take the person who saves first. That's a rich habit. Saving first means as soon as my check comes, I've already dedicated a percentage of it to go straight into savings, and that amount doesn't get touched. I don't see it. We're not talking about investing here. Investing is for tomorrow. I'm just talking about saving. Saving means meeting the emergencies that you will inevitably come upon today and meeting the opportunities that you will eventually have today. So, what do I recommend on that? Well, if you follow me, you know my 70-10-10-10 rule. And part of the 10 is savings. So when your check gets deposited into your account, you take 10% of that net and you sweep it into a savings account that you don't touch. That's your emergency savings. You keep doing that till you fill up your emergency savings. Then you can move on to other things once you meet that minimum threshold of $1,000. But in these times, I recommend you sock away at least 3 months of emergency savings, meaning 3 months of living expenses. That's where we're going to start. But then we're going to grow that beyond that. You might say to yourself, well, how do I can't even get to the 1,000. How am I going to get the 3 months worth of living expenses? Don't worry about that. Just start. If you have the intention, don't worry about the how. Just do the what, and the how will figure itself out. I guarantee you, because that's where I started. It took me forever to save that first $1,000, but after that, the other thousands came so much faster after it. When you get intentional about saving, you shift your mind, you get more creative, and things happen faster. Opportunities come for you because you're looking, you're focused, you're intentional on a goal, and so your activities begin to coalesce around that goal of saving, and you get there. So, I recommend to you, break the bad habit of spending first and then saving. Do the rich habit of saving first and then spending. And you will find you will be much less anxious around money. You will be a lot happier, and you'll be a lot more intentional about where you're going in your life. And you love where you end up. All right, guys, thanks for joining me in this series. I will see you again next time. Have a great day and a great weekend. I'll see you soon.